I ain't even gonna say almost. We're there. We're monetized, and thank you so much to the audience. Thank y'all so much. If you're looking at this live right now, do me a favor and share this live with two friends. And I want to just, I want to just say thank you. Thank you to our audience. Thank you to our guests who come on each and every week and make the show hot like it is right now. Back to the show, I want to bring up another point that Latel and I discussed during the week. Because this has happened. You know, you got Diddy, you got, you know, you had Cosby, you had, now you got Smokey. And so what I want to discuss right now is, um, you know, is this the demonization of black men? Is it us demonizing them, or is the United States demonizing them, or is it the things that they're doing that's demonizing themselves? Because certainly if you didn't have these things to dig up, nobody could demonize you. And I do feel like, you know, where there's, you know, it's biblical, to whom much is given, much is required. So that's the question. You put it in the comments. The demonization of black men, is it us, or are they doing it to themselves? Gwen,
Hmm?
Gwen, do you see the question? Yeah.
They doing it to themselves. If you do nothing, anything on you. If you do nothing, nobody has anything on you. Just, don't put yourself in a situation where you know it looks like, you know. Don't put yourself in that situation. That's what I see. So I mean, and it happens too many times. But I don't know about this Smokey thing. Why is they coming out 50 years later? I don't know.
See,
I don't know about that.
that's what Latel was saying. That's what Latel was saying.
The money that they're getting paid.
You said what?
They're not paying the thing about it is people are complaining when they're not feeling like they're getting paid what they should be getting paid
That's
for the abuse
exactly
that
what
they're
it is.
suffering. I'm
That's
not
what it
getting the
is.
money that I should be getting for all the abuse that I was getting. Now I need to get paid. People are not
No, that's
realizing.
what
I
it
feel like
is.
people are realizing they worth.
That's what it is. I feel the same way. It's like, okay, so first of all, Smokey Robinson people said that he was going into room groping them over 12 years, and they was fearing for their life because, you know, they're not citizens. So, but you know, he was groping them, he was raping, he was taking advantage, and they're suing him for $50 million, you know, allegedly. And I feel like that. I feel like, guys, like, okay, if I'm coming back to work and in these conditions, obviously I understand that this is what y'all gonna do. But when people see a Cassie getting 20 million and people see these other people sold 50 million, that's what make them be like, you know what? I remember when I was in kindergarten. And you know what I'm saying? And honey, they need something from them kindergarten painful years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, that's what they want. They want money because they have endured. And you know, to me, I don't know why you're going to the same residence. I mean, if you can get an illegal job working at Smokey Robinson house, get an illegal job working at the laundromat where you ain't got to be harassed at all. Like, why are you staying again? You know, certainly you're not riding no private jets when you clean the Smokey house. You see what I'm saying? So leave there and get to safety. But you staying, dealing with the groping, and then asking for money. You know, it's yeah. Kendall, what say you?
I think that one of the first things we got to realize is that we can't do, as black men, we can't do what the other men do, right?
Mm,
So that whole, you know, years ago when, you know, a man could grab his secretary's behind in the workforce, you know, in the workplace, right?
mm,
It was acceptable, and
mm.
all the Hugh Hefner example, you know, all these different things that these black men grow up idolizing. They're seeing, oh, that's how it's done when you make it. When I get mine, I can do the same thing. I'm here to
Mm.
tell every black man, no, you can't. I don't care what nobody tell you. You have to learn the rules, play by the rules, and play to win. We
Yes.
can't do what they do. We're
Yes.
held not only to a different standard, but we're measured by a different ruler. And it's as simple
Yes.
as that. We got to stop pretending that we're not. We got to stop pretending that we're not. You know, so but what they have at the end of the day, you know, they after everything is said and done, after the guy who went to jail for Diddy and all these different people who do their different crimes, you know, their friends do. It's called a pardon. Whether it be the
Mm,
governor or whether it be the
mm,
president at the end of the term. Now Trump did it
mm,
differently this time. At the end of the term, look at all the people who went to jail for the Clintons. There were people who went to
mm,
prison for the Clintons.
mm.
And on his last day in office, after his second term, he pardoned everybody who went to prison for him, forgiven for any
Wow.
crimes. So we
Wow.
have to know we can't do what they do. So we can't get mad when we want to act like, you know, the white man. We want to conduct ourselves as white men with money, but then when we get tried as black men, we can't. We know this. We know this, guys. We got to tighten up. We got to tighten
Yeah.
up. So I don't think it's
Also,
I
too.
don't think it's I think it's just our accountability. You know, you got white accountability, you got black accountability. This is just what black accountability looks like.
Yeah.
Black judgment.
Also, too, guys, again, I think Cassie might be the first black woman after Anita Hill to be reporting people. Okay, because I feel like everybody can go skipping on over to the other team, and then the other team be like, I vaguely remember 20 years ago that he did something to me, and I need 20 million. You know what I'm saying? Black woman over here quiet, eating tuna fish sandwiches, ain't got a dime, and ain't saying one word. Okay, but over here, this lady can't even remember what you did, but she know you did something, and she got a lawyer to get $20 million. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
y'all go over there and y'all skip on over to the other side. And guys, thank God you're skipping over to the other side, okay? And you didn't want to do that to us. You didn't want to drug us. But can't be moving on, guys. First of all, let me get to the comments because the comments. This is what I want to. The comments. The question was the demonization of black men. Is it us or are they doing it to themselves? Here's what the comments said. Okay, y'all. First of all, y'all is on and popping with these comments. Stacy said, "Hey, just tuning in. What did you miss, honey? You missed the Diddy discussion, and you jump right in for the demonization of black men discussion." Benji, I see you in there. You said, don't forget to like the live. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Brazen
That's
Booty, for
right.
saying that. You said Diddy sued Diego on May 31st, 2023. Cassie's lawsuit was filed. Hold on, let me get to this. When you're 19 years old, your mind is not thinking as a mature adult as all of you are. Remember when you were 19? What if you were introduced to private jets, red carpet mansions? Yeah,
I'd have been
because you
on.
know
I've been
what?
on the plane.
You know
I've been
But
right
what?
on
I'm
that
not gonna
plane.
keep the
K,
black eye
K,
for it.
You is so right because let me tell
Cause
you
this
something.
slip in the face,
I
like
have
no,
dealt
right.
with
Okay.
less than treatment at 19, and I don't even know if I was in a car. You know what I'm saying? And still dealing with less than treatment at 19. So I do
Right.
understand that. You say how long would it take you to leave? Well, I mean, after them brutal beatings, though,
Right.
you what you say, Penny?
Exactly. I said after you get beat up, you gonna leave. I'm like,
Yeah, you.
but everybody different. Everybody different. I come from a domestic violence. My mom was in a domestic violence situation, so I'm immediately coming. I'm immediately gonna fight. I'm not. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get beat up. So it depends on
yeah,
where your experience coming from.
And it also comes down to self-worth. 19 or not, at that point, you should know yourself, enough of your self-worth, as
well,
far
you
as I'm
do, but
concerned, to
you
know
don't
that you're
have as
not going to.
much of it.
No,
You
you
don't
don't.
have as
You
much
don't.
of it.
It's a growing thing. I understand that part, but to totally just like say, oh, well, I'm going to let somebody beat me up like that all the time. That's saying you really don't have enough self-worth.
I don't
Um,
know. I'm coming from you right about that, but me coming from like a 19-year-old and coming from a domestic violence situation from my mama, I'm not trying to get beat up. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not trying to nobody. You're not gonna put your hands on me. You're not gonna fight
Because you
me.
have
I'm
self-worth to
going
know
down.
that you're worth
Yeah,
not being beat up on.
And I
well,
would say
you
it
have
could be
experience.
self-work, but it also like you're not gonna put your hands on me. I'm going down. I'm
Go
fighting
ahead,
all the way
Kendall.
down.
Go ahead,
I didn't
Kendall.
come
Let me.
from I didn't come from a family either.
You said what?
So on, Gwen.
She froze.
I think so. Yeah. So if ladies, I agree with both of you, right? But y'all got to remember that it's also a generational thing. So,
Mm.
you know, older people, and I don't mean any harm about, oh, I'm just saying just an older generation, more seasoned lovers, right? They come up with a different perspective and appreciation of oneself. My generation, millennials, our appreciation is based upon our likes. Our self-worth and value is measured against what our social media say we're worth, right? And so there was a guy on social media, I forget his thing, it was a post going around, it was kind of making fun of it, but it said, would you let a man slap you for $1 million? And someone commented under it, I'll let a broke nigga beat me for years. So yeah, so I say that to say that our generation process these things differently, because we don't consider it domestic violence. We consider it fighting, because couples argue and fight, because if they hit back, they say, oh, well, no, we were just fighting, right? So our generation look at it differently, but our self-value as a whole, as a generation, is based upon what the society says about us on social media.
Okay, let me get to the comments. The question was the demonization of black men. Is it us, or are they doing it to themselves? Here's what you said in the comments. The comments said, you said they are demonizing themselves. Just because your bank account has 7 figures doesn't mean you can act like the others. You said, where's Uncle Shannon's photo at? Shannon was up there a few weeks ago. We already know you in there, okay? But Shannon probably demonizing himself. You said, my mama would always say, you bring your problems on yourself. Like Gwen said, you said, it's not surprising men are like this. I agree, Kay said. Jamal, hey Jamal, you said Smokey got the gyrating on stage and everyone started coming for his money. Smokey, old nasty self, had a song talking about it fit in there or something like that. Y'all remember that? He just had some kind of song talking about, let me put it in, or it fit in there just right. Smokey, stop. Okay, don't nobody want to imagine that. All right. You said Smokey got the gyrating on stage, everyone coming for his money. You said, imagine if any other boss said that. Women shouldn't have to quit jobs for that. Okay. Well, in Cassie's case, she was only on the payroll because of, being the girlfriend. She wasn't on the payroll like doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, she was doing something, getting all the sex workers. Somebody said, preach, Kendall, Uncle Shannon. Facts. You said Quincy Jones did a signing at the record store I worked at. He was creepy AF too. Tony said, Benji, I see you out there. Thank you so much. Tony said they doing it to themselves. God has blessed you with unlimited opportunities and you blow it all away. Ciao. Okay, I guess Auntie Gwen will be back with us soon. Guys, do me a favor. If you are looking at this show right now, share this live with 2 friends. We do this each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. And I just can't thank you guys enough for coming by.